patient when confronted with adversity, courageous in the face of danger, resist temptation, and live worthily so as to gain the commendation of the deity. The ancient mysteries later fell into a perverted decline and were replaced with the ceremonial sorcery, incantations in lieu of divine magic. Also were filled with indescribable practices in the orgies of Bacchus. Some of the devout, few, in preserving from oblivion the secret doctrines. But more often along the line, the keys to esoteric knowledge were thrown over the hedge of time. Few aspects of mystic power are more fascinating or buried more deeply in esoteric teachings and symbols. Thus, it was accessible only to selected candidates who had gone through the fires of initiation and vows of secrecy. Certainly, a correct reception requires more than a confused mind. May I distinguish what I call powers of the mind from ceremonial magic, whether white or black, that was vain and wicked, if not actually a kind of pious fraud. Those we wholeheartedly disapprove. The object of our inquiry rests upon far more solid ground. There are examples that prove to a point of demonstration the enormous powers of the mind. William James was the father of modern psychological science. At one time, he was professor of anatomy, psychology, and philosophy at Harvard University, combining body, mind, and soul. One of this country's most profound thinkers. There was an eminent psychologist, popular writer named Seabury, who mentioned in his book, How to Live with Yourself, that as a boy, he sat upon the knee of William James, who was a good friend of his father. He remembered well, William James said that as a young man, he had a serious heart condition that predicted an early death. But he read a book which told of the seemingly magical powers of the will for control of the body. And so he determined to train his will to direct improvement of his heart condition. Every night, before going to sleep, he projected his will to visualize a healthy heart for the following day. He suggested this in repeating appropriate words. The results were remarkable. He felt he owed his life to that simple advice, which worked so miraculously. You might try tapping your similar mystic powers, such as your capabilities of intuition. The modern Scottish Rite of the Mother jurisdiction has found the keys to esoteric knowledge, and therefore it is the direct, true descendant and the survivor of the ancient mysteries. We pursue, preserve, and teach the ancient wisdom and esoteric knowledge. That is why our house of the temple is replete and resplendent with artistic ornaments and priceless symbols. They reflect our mission to instruct men in the real science of being and to lead them up the stairway to perfection, to a realization of the true brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God.
And so the work of the Scottish Rite goes on. Workshops to motivate the membership in the various programs. Improved rituals, all the varied programs of education and philanthropy and patriotism. The cause of human progress is the Scottish Rite's cause. The enfranchisement of human thought, its wish. The freedom of human conscience, its mission. And the guarantee of equal rights to all people everywhere, the end of its contention. Thank you for watching and listening. Goodbye, and God bless you all.